What's going on, everybody? Brian here from Brian's Broadcast. I hope all of you are doing fantastic. Spring and summer is right around the corner, or maybe has it arrived already? Now, of course, the temperatures are going up in New York City. It's getting less and less colder. The temperatures are going up, and every reviewer and influencer out there has been putting out top 5, top 10 spring, summer fragrances. So, hey, Brian's Broadcast brings to you 20. Yes, 20, you heard that right. 20 fragrance recommendations for spring into summer. Now, of course, these are not your typical generic stuff, so I'm going to try and keep this list very diverse. And of course, some of these fragrances may be all too expensive for a lot of for the major part of the audience, but then again, these are like top tier, top notch offerings from all this variety of fragrance houses. Let's not delay. Let's start with my most favorite one. The first off I'm going to talk about is Amyris Homme. This is a beautiful, awesome fragrance. Again, the reviews, all of these fragrances are reviewed on my channel. Go ahead and check it out. I want to just give out the recommendations. So this is Amyris Homme because this is my absolute love. See, I bought the bigger bottle for this too. Next up, I really enjoy the fresh citrusy minty opening and dry down of Xerjoff Torino 21. Beautiful stuff, really nice stuff. Something really nice I discovered from the house of Mancera. This is called Melody of the Sun. Beautiful beast mode, super nice, fruity, tropical kind of fragrance. Must check out. This is a hidden gem. Not a lot of people talk about it, but this is a hidden gem. Of course, how can you miss out Cedrat Boise Intense? This is the one that worked for me finally. I love it. This is much more smoother, a bit more mature, a bit sweeter, not too tangy, but this has great longevity. Sticks to your skin a lot, and it's very much fun to wear. Of course, go easy on the trigger because this is an extrate concentration, and of course, you don't want to get choked out. Next up, we've got Amiri from the House of Arabian Oud. Who doesn't know this? This is a beast mode citrus fragrance with Arabian or Middle Eastern touches. Beautiful stuff. Fresh out of the shower. Cannot go wrong with PDMs, Parfums de Marly's, Percival. Beautiful, fresh out of the shower gel, fresh out of the shower kind of vibe, shower gel kind of fragrance. Again, I don't get to see a lot of people talk about this specific one I'm going to tell you about. Fruity, leather, musky, beautiful stuff from the house of Unique Luxury. It's called Akdeniz. This is again a beast mode performer. Beautiful stuff. A lot of people don't talk about it, but you should definitely check it out. Oh man, the dry down, the leather, the pine, the citruses. Wow. Something floral, fruity citrus, and a beautiful sandalwoody, kind of like a woody dry down. You cannot go wrong with BDK's Sel D'Argent. Beautiful stuff, it's light, it's airy, phenomenal stuff. Very unique in my opinion. Again, my summers are incomplete without Zaharoff fragrances. This is Signature Royale X. Musky to the power million. Beautiful stuff, very potent. Love this thing. Very clean, very fresh, mild. It's very different. It's not your typical fragrance. Talking about citrus that stands out, you cannot go wrong with Signature Citrine. Beautiful stuff. If you can find a bigger bottle, I think Zaharoff George is planning to bring all these offerings in 4-ounce bottles. So if you are planning to get one, just go for it. Cannot go wrong with the citrus. Beautiful clementine and other citruses. Oh man, this thing stands out and perfect when you're traveling, especially on a plane or on a train or a bus, you're sitting close to people. This thing does not get clawing when it's super hot and humid. Beautiful performance too. You cannot stay calm during the summertime. You gotta go loco with Coco Loco from Zaharoff. Beautiful stuff. Coconut, citruses, and it's something very different. Not your typical beach fragrance or summer vacation kind of fragrance, not just suntan lotion kind of vibe. It's very different, very juicy, and it's beautifully done, very well rounded. Again, if you know me personally, I love mint. Talking about Enclave. Minty, earthy, like wow stuff. Woodsy, balsamic. Oh man, stands out, has that Middle Eastern vibe to it, but again, it's very luxurious, has that powdery, effervescent kind of feel. Beautiful stuff. Paddock Masons, Prisme Bleu. Wow, another wonderful shower gel kind of fragrance. It's another blue fragrance. It's an upgrade to you. If you're already using Bleu de Chanel or Versace's Dylan Blue, this is a guaranteed upgrade. I mean, I wouldn't say throw them away, but I would say if you're planning on getting a backup bottle of those, I would highly recommend skip those two, get this one. Great longevity. It's a beast mode fragrance, phenomenal stuff, and smells really great. It stands out in the crowd. Next up, I've got something from an indie house called Untamed Perfumes, and one of their offerings is Salish Sea. Beautiful stuff, not your usual generic aquatic fragrance, but it's much more. Has that herbaceous green vibe to it. Beautiful stuff. Again, extrait de parfum, has great longevity, sticks to your skin, and it's a very pleasant fragrance, especially when it's warm and humid. Next up, a very playful, fruity, citrus, floral kind of combo, which is called My Greek Lover from Untamed Perfumes. Beautiful stuff, has great longevity, dries down to something very, very nice. Now, a lot of people find this fragrance controversial, but I find it very usable and very nice. In my personal opinion, I've never come across one person who did not like it. I'm talking about people who are not fraggots. You're traveling on public transport, you have a lot of people around you. This is Marc-Antoine Barrois, Ganymede. Go easy on the trigger. This thing is super potent. Like this thing, let me take a whiff. Oh man, I already bought a backup bottle. Maybe I'll buy more. But Ganymede is a beautiful stuff. Smells amazing during the cooler months, but of course in summers, talk about beast mode fragrance. Next up, another offering from the house of MFK. This is Gentle Fluidity Silver. Talk about a simple, easy to wear gin and tonic kind of vibe. It's a beautiful, like a cocktail kind of feel to it. It's a great performer, has a very clean and fresh feeling to it. Has that kind of like a cooling sensation to it. Beautiful stuff. MFK Gentle Fluidity Silver. Next up, something woody and boozy, but for the summer or the warmer months. I'm talking about Killian's Apple Brandy on the Rocks. This has a beautiful dry down. I mean, there's a mossy part to it. The oak moss kind of like gives it that bitter kind of vibe somewhere in between, but if you can get past that, this thing is a beautiful woody fragrance. Some people do enjoy woody fragrances as opposed to like citrus or fruity kind of vibe, so this is for them. Definitely usable in the summertime. Talking about pure woods only, just woods, freshly cut, freshly crushed. You're talking about Sense of Wood. What was this called? Mineral Cedar. I keep on confusing the name. Mineral Cedar. Beautiful stuff. I mean, it's all about woods. Very light, very airy. It stays all around you. Not super potent, but it just stays all around you. So anytime you move around, you're going to live this wonderful, light, mild, woody scent trail. And people tend to love this one. Like, it's very inoffensive. It's not super potent, but has a good longevity, somewhere around 6 to 8 hours, but it does the job. Might have to go a bit more on the trigger, but definitely doable. Last but not the least, you may hate the person. I'm kind of like neutral about this guy, but this particular fragrance, the last one, number 20, and I did not put it intentionally at the last spot because these were not in any specific order, but somehow this bottle fell in the last position, but I enjoy it a lot. Talk about beast mode, talk about longevity. You're talking about Jeremy Fragrances, Fragrance 1, Black Tie. Man, go easy on the trigger. This is a patchouli citrus bomb, and this thing, it packs a punch, like power, if you know what I mean. So I've got nothing against the person, but I love this fragrance. This is good. This is really good. Guys, almost out of breath now. 20 fragrance recommendations. I wouldn't say these are like top 10, top 5, but this should get you covered throughout a lot of springs and summers. And these are solid choices. if anyone's wondering, like, Brian, you just showed us with all this expensive houses. Hey, like I said, skip some of the cheaper ones, buy one that's of top notch quality, that has great longevity. All the ones that I showed you, like, they have phenomenal longevity. I guess only maybe apple brandy on the rocks and mineral cedar. These are the only two that is more likely on the weaker side, but I wouldn't say weaker because it's just the nature of these fragrances. So they're a bit more airy, they're a bit more light. But besides that, all the ones that I showed you, the remaining 18, these are like all top notch performers. Heavy hitters, lasts for a very long time, easy 10 plus hours. Some of them go beyond that. But yeah, that's my 20 fragrance recommendation for all of you, my viewers, for spring to summer. Many spring to summers to last. And yeah, let me know in the comments what are your, I don't know, 5, 10, 20, 50, whatever you want to mention. I'll read them. I'll respond to you. And if you're new to my channel, you've come this far, I'll highly appreciate if you would subscribe to my channel, hit the thumbs up button, and yeah, we've come a long way. And I really appreciate each and every one of you viewing my channel, interacting with me, and maybe pretty soon I'll be doing another giveaway. Who knows, I might give you a 10 ml decant of one of these fragrances. Until the next one, please take care, stay safe, and all the best.